This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, a super hot day provides the perfect backdrop for the start of beach patrols around Otago. Next generation Rotarians break new ground with a fundraiser aimed at providing for foster children. And the north end of the city celebrates Christmas with a pool party. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. With holidays just around the corner and the welcome arrival of summer, the city's lifeguards are back on patrol. They've dusted off their equipment and headed for the surf clubs. And it's perfect timing as locals flock to the beach to make the most of the hot weather.
There'll be no lazy summer days for this hard-working group. Local lifeguards have begun their full-time patrol of Otago beaches, and they're in it for the long haul.
The regional guards have started today. They started at the beaches of Warrington, St Kilda, St Clair and Brighton. That's 3 lifeguards at every single beach from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. That's Monday to Friday from the 21st of December to the 29th of January.
Blistering conditions meant there were plenty of swimmers and surfers to keep an eye on. Lifeguards are covering the beaches of St Clair, St Kilda, Brighton, Warrington and Carker Point. While staff will be patrolling those beaches, they say people should always use their common sense around water.
Their drowning rate is quite high. I mean, it's just that I suppose the summer's getting warmer and people are getting down to the beaches. Just make sure you go swimming between the red and yellow flags. Also know your limits. That's also a good thing. If the surf looks pretty dangerous and pretty out all over the place, maybe just don't go out as deep. Also, always swim with a mate, so if you get into trouble you can always chuck your hand out and he'll try and go get help.
During the summer, at least 3 staff will be on at each beach, but if the need arises, additional staff will be called up. It's all to ensure beachgoers remain safe, despite what can be changeable conditions.
Today, as you can see down behind me, St Kilda's quite safe. The surf's not as great today, but yeah, it can get quite dangerous with the shore break. But just make sure you go where people are swimming or where the patrolled area is.
He says if anyone is ever in doubt about a swimming area, they should ask a lifeguard for help. Staff will continue to patrol the beaches until the school holiday period ends in late January. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
Well, it's been an exceptionally warm day nationwide, with warm winds bringing parts of the South Island well into the 30s. Dunedin has experienced one of its warmest days this year. The city reached record temperatures of 34 degrees in the Octagon and 33 on the Tyree. Dunedin also experienced its hottest December day in 25 years. The balmy weather saw hordes of residents flock to the beach to enjoy their holiday break in the sun. Temperatures are set to drop overnight with a cold front and southwest winds moving in. Local Rotarians are pitching in to help young children who may be without Christmas presents this year. The Dunedin Next Generation Rotary Club held an event called Mistletoe Market to raise money for presents for foster children, and they're venturing into new territory with their first ever shot at the event.
Bringing in Christmas with a bang. Residents were out getting amongst the festive spirit at the local Rotary Club's Christmas fundraiser.
This is the NRG Mistletoe Market, and it's just an opportunity to get local vendors together. And we are promoting Foster Hope Christmas gift drive, so we're acting as a drop-off point for gifts for foster children over the holidays.
The group is raising money for Foster Hope, a group who provide basic necessities to children in care. This money will go towards presents, and the Rotary members hope locals will get behind the initiative.
Hopefully lots of people will donate gifts, brand new gifts, that will then get given to children who sadly may end up in foster care over Christmas and the holiday season. Yeah.
There were all sorts of activities and items on offer, including science experiments, face painting and food stalls. The Next Generation Rotarians are holding the market because they believe it's important to give back at this festive time of year.
The magic of Christmas, yeah. People coming together. Obviously there's food stalls and there's places here for people to do last minute Christmas shopping, but it's really about creating an atmosphere and people having a good time.
This is the first year the Mistletoe Market has been held, and organisers hope to repeat it. Annabelle Dick, 39 Dunedin News.
A Brockville woman has been left devastated after her kitten was stolen by a group of young boys. The theft of the 6-week-old pet occurred on Saturday night at a Ray Street address. A young girl from a neighbouring property says she saw a group of boys with the kitten at around 9:30 that night. The young men are known to her and their names have been given to police. Residents made a splash at Dunedin North Intermediate as part of an annual Christmas pool party. The Valley Project's end-of-year party was held over the weekend to celebrate the festive season within the northern-lying suburbs, and there's more planned for the Valley.
It's an initiative by the Valley Project Group to get the community connecting.
This is our second annual Christmas pool party for the Northeast Valley, Dunedin, Pine Hill, Opaho, all the Valley kids and families, and it's just a chance for them to come and have a swim. We've got gorgeous weather for it, and do other little activities.
There are activities for all of the family on offer, including cookie decorating and laser tag. The event's thrown as a way to bring the suburbs of residents together to celebrate Christmas. And Sansilis says events like this really help create a positive community.
I think people are seeing a lot of the work that we're doing in the community, and I think that it's attracting people to the community. Enrollment at the schools are up. I mean, I don't think we can lay claim to every positive thing happening in the Northeast Valley and surrounding area, but I think we've done some really good things.
This is just one of several events and programs being run by the Valley Project. Another one of their community initiatives is a workspace for residents to visit, play in or do repair work out of. Their most recent scheme is a bike fundraiser for people to donate and collect second-hand cycles.
We have upcycled bikes that have been donated to the Valley Community Workspace and the Community Bike Workshop, and they've been tuned up by volunteers over there at the workspace.
With this, the second year the Valley Project pool party has been thrown, organisers are confident it will be a permanent affair. Annabelle Dick, 39 Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we meet the city's new transport manager and we'll take a look at some Christmas-themed boredom busters for the kids.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
The team at Caltex North care more about you than just putting fuel in your tank. They care about you and your family. At the Caltex Valley Workshop, the skilled service team care about your safety, extending the life of your car and helping you live more economically. There's a range of modern equipment to give comprehensive warranty fitness checks and servicing to your vehicle. Come visit your only local in Northeast Valley and receive 10% off when you book your warrant and service together. That's your friendly Caltex Valley Workshop, 134 North Road, or book online at caltexvalley.co.nz.
Get along to the Wings and Wheels Open Day, Sunday the 17th of January at Tyree Airfield, with over 600 historic vehicles on display, plus vintage and modern planes, loads of free kids entertainment, plane and helicopter rides, demos, stalls, delicious food and live music. That's Wings and Wheels Open Day 2016.
Pallet fires are growing in popularity in Otago, with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pallet fires, so easy, so efficient.
I understand now how economics can affect global warming.
And I found out how grass growth in New Zealand affects Fashion Week in Milan.
I can even tell you how smartphone technology affects the survival of mountain gorillas.
Sorry.
Because at the Otago Business School, it's not just about the world of business, it's how business affects the world.
I'm Kim. Michaela.
David. And this is our place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
Chiropractic care is a drug-free way of sorting out stress and pain by getting your spine in line with body and brain. At Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing, we provide family chiropractic care. Feel taller, lighter and brighter. Call Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing today, 484-7272.
Granddad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books, with the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
At your locally owned and operated Veggie Boys store, we've got fresh produce daily, fruit, veggies and more. Competitive prices is just one of the reasons people come to us in all seasons. Convenient locations and friendly crew, Veggie Boys Dunedin, come try something new. Stores in the north, the south, be our guest, Centre City as well to serve you the best. Daily specials on produce that are hard to beat, all tasty and healthy and all good to eat. Don't forget we've also got your milk, bread and meat. Veggie Boys Dunedin, you're guaranteed a treat.
McClellan Refrigeration is your one-stop shop for heat pumps in Dunedin. We have a range of heating, air conditioning and refrigeration solutions. We also have 20 years experience. McClellan Refrigeration, call us on 477 0088.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Education has backtracked on its decision to cut funding of arts education at the Dunedin Public Art Gallery. The Learning Experiences Outside the Classroom contract, which is worth $55,000 a year, was axed last week. However, following backlash from the Dunedin City Council, the Ministry has confirmed the funding has been reinstated for another 3 years. The gallery has held similar contracts for almost 20 years, teaching up to 8,000 students on site annually, in excess of the 6,000 required by the contract. And on that note, let's take a look at today's financials. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 13 points. It's now at 6,121. The Dow Jones is down 367 points. And to the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is up against all the currencies we follow. The Dunedin City Council has appointed a new group manager of transport. Former New Zealand Transport Agency employee Ian McCabe has just started in the role. He joins us to talk about it. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you finding the job so far?
Well, it's been pretty hectic. It's been very, very busy, learning new systems and meeting new people, but it's quite exciting and I'm quite enjoying it.
What is the general synopsis of this position?
Fundamentally, it's about managing the transport network, the DCC's transport network that involves the infrastructure. That's the roads, the footpaths, the street lights. It also involves the road safety promotion, around promoting people's safety, traffic signals, those sorts of items. Also looking after the transport planning. How are we planning with planning a network moving forward?
Now you've come from the NZTA. What were you doing there?
So I was the planning and investment manager for the bulk of the southern region. So I looked after about 24 councils in that time. Working with those councils on programming and planning their investment spend, and then managing how they did that spend, looking after the government's component of how they spent their transport dollars.
What are the challenges for the City Council's transport department?
Well, I think it's a big program. The transport group has a big program over the next 3 years, and so one of the real challenges is about whether we've got sufficient people and the right capability to deliver that, and so we're looking into that. We've had staff movements and retirements recently as well, so there's a piece of work around that. I think the other big challenge is really that, you know, in light of the recent events over things like the South Dunedin Cycling Network, there's a bit of work for us to do in winning back the hearts and minds of the people and our councillors, and so that'll be a key focus over the next sort of 3 to 6 months.
Any ideas up your sleeve for addressing that particular issue?
Well, I think it's about getting our processes and our procedures sort of tidied up and sorted moving forward. If we've got projects to deliver, then let's deliver them correctly and deliver them at the right time for the right amount of money. So that's one of the key challenges moving forward.
What do you ultimately want to achieve in this role?
I think it's a little bit about having a fit-for-purpose network, one that serves its function really, and you know, not everybody may be happy with that, but if it functions and it works well, then we've achieved or done our job correctly.
Are Dunedin's transport requirements unique in any way?
Well, I don't know that it's super unique. We have a very large city with quite a big percentage of rural and urban components. There's not a lot of cities in the country that they're either basically rural or they're urban. We have sort of quite a big mix, but on the whole, it's a network that, because of the rural-urban mix, it's just a unique place to work in that sort of environment. No, it's an exciting place to work in that sense, yeah.
And aside from cycleways, what other big transport projects do you have on the radar?
Well, we're moving to accelerate the Portobello Harrington Point safety improvements project, so that's working through over the next 3 years to bring that forward a little bit. We're also working in our asset management space and translating the government's One Network Road classification into what that looks like for our asset management planning. And I have an interest, obviously, in the Otago Regional Council's bus hub proposal, and we've got a little bit of work to do in that public transport governance space. So that's sort of where we're moving at the moment.
Dunedin City Council Group Manager of Transport, Ian McCabe, thank you very much for your time. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, fun and learning are mixed together to keep kids busy these school holidays, and we'll find out what stories were making local headlines in October.
Help delay the signs of ageing with Collagen Plus from Silverhorn. Collagen Plus helps supplement your body's own natural production of collagen, giving you firmer, healthier, younger looking skin, shinier, healthier hair and stronger nails. It's restoring your beauty from within, and it's great value. 3-month supply, that's 180 capsules, is just $98. We'll pay the courier charge to you, and we'll give you a luxurious face cream as well, beauty from the inside and the outside. Give us a call today, 0800 502 402.
Mobility Scooters Otago. Mobility Scooters, new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers. Free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 Canudwood Street, opposite Westpac.
Congratulations, you're getting married. Hi, I'm James Morris, wedding celebrant, and it's my privilege and a pleasure to bring you the perfect ceremony for your perfect day. Don't wait or contemplate. Your consultation is free with no obligation. jamesmorris.co.nz.
Hedges are something we almost take for granted. A good hedge needs regular maintenance to look its best and to add value and character to your property. For all your hedge care needs, call the team at SGC Services on 0800 783 453.
Mosgiel Mowers Plus can help you with products to make your garden maintenance jobs easier. Lawn mowers, ride-ons, chainsaws, line trimmers. Sales and service are our specialty. Mosgiel Mowers Plus. Phone 489 3572 22B Gordon Road, Mosgiel.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
The Good All, it's all about our customer care, great food, great coffee, and supported by some awesome staff. We think it's really important that the customers, when they come in here, have a good experience and leave wanting to come back. And I think in a nutshell, that's what the Good All is all about.
At your locally owned and operated Veggie Boys store, we've got fresh produce daily, fruit, veggies and more. Competitive prices are just one of the reasons people come to us in all seasons. Convenient locations and friendly crew, Veggie Boys Dunedin, come try something new. Stores in the north, the south, be our guest, Centre City as well to serve you the best. Daily specials on produce that are hard to beat, all tasty and healthy and all good to eat. Don't forget, we've also got your milk, bread and meat. Veggie Boys Dunedin, you're guaranteed a treat.
Get along to the Wings and Wheels Open Day, Sunday the 17th of January at Taieri Airfield. With over 600 historic vehicles on display, plus vintage and modern planes, loads of free kids entertainment, plane and helicopter rides, demos, stalls, delicious food and live music. That's Wings and Wheels Open Day 2016.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. The end of year school holiday is in full swing, leaving local children with plenty of free time. But an array of Christmas themed programs on offer means Dunedin youth have no excuse for boredom. And some are heading to Otago Museum, where staff are mixing fun with education.
Learning the tricks of the trade. Local children are getting into the festive spirit with a little help from Santa's elves. This Otago Museum run workshop is all about making Christmas decorations, but it's the elves that are piquing people's interest.
Usually people take their photos with Santa, so this year we're bringing our elves more into the forefront. So we've got our elves creating activities with the children and having a bit of mischief, so they've been jumping out behind the trees, and selfies are the thing at the moment, so children are grabbing their parents' cameras and coming down and taking a photo with their spaceship or whatever they've made and with their elfies in front of the tree.
To tie in with the museum's new planetarium, the children are creating space-themed decorations. Instead of Santa, they've got astronauts delivering presents, and beads have been turned into stars. Cooper says it's a good way to tie education in with fun activities.
You're looking at a museum, there's so many different things to see and do, so we're learning as they go around, and also it's fun, it's crafty and using their creative side, and that they don't know it, but they're working on their fine motor skills and just getting into the spirit and learning about space as they go.
Several local choirs are getting in on the Christmas action too, singing carols at the museum. This is the first time the elf workshop's been run, and so far staff are thrilled with the public response.
It's been really successful, and we have families who come every year to the Otago Museum, and they've been saying that they're really pleased with what we're doing and ask if we continue it, so there'll be something we'll definitely be looking into for the future.
The program runs until Christmas Eve, giving local children plenty of time to add a touch of space to the festive season. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Well, it's time now to take a look at what was making headlines in October. A veteran broadcaster retired his long media career, and a Central City factory was evacuated during a health scare. But it was wild weather that had emergency services scrambling to save residents, pets and houses from a large fire.
Under siege. Saddle Hill residents were hastily evacuating their homes on the 7th of October as strong winds and high temperatures fanned the flames of a large scrub fire. Smoke inhalation was the worst of the injuries, but the damage to property was much more severe, especially for one family who'd just moved into the area.
Absolutely gut-wrenching. You know, we've worked 7 days a week for 22 years. Basically, we've worked 7 days a week, long hours, and we sort of felt that we deserved this place, and it was going to be really nice because we were going to shift the cattery up here. But yeah, everything's on hold.
That same week, staff and students were avoiding the University of Otago campus following an anonymous shooting threat. Police were taking the threat seriously, although the university remained officially open for business. Early October also saw the Octagon's free public wireless internet upgraded to the fastest speeds available. And veteran broadcaster Neil Collins put his last radio show to air, ending a 57-year career in the media.
I was just a kid that grew up in this city, never dreaming that I'd get to meet the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, work on stage with them at the town hall, introducing Tom Jones on stage, Gene Pitney, touring with these guys.
The Cadbury chocolate factory in central Dunedin was evacuated while emergency services responded to a large-scale ammonia leak. Local residents rated their satisfaction with the City Council in a yearly survey. It showed fewer people were happy with the DCC and its services than last year, but overall opinions were positive. And a former Prime Minister was visiting to lend his voice to widespread calls for governmental action on climate change.
It's going to be around for the next 30 or 40 years in a big way. It's going to affect our public policy in every way, and we need to have a combined approach that doesn't change every time the government changes.
The Mayor opened a new cycle and walkway in the city, linking the CBD with the harbourside. And the controversial Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement was formally signed despite passionate public opposition. The Southern District Health Board fronted up about the extent of asbestos contamination at Dunedin Hospital. Positive testing forced the closure of several areas and clinical services until thorough cleaning was undertaken.
Some of the broad brush swabs showed positive results, and as a result of that we did much more concentrated testing and swabbing in those areas, and from all of those swabs we've come away with 3 positive results.
The month ended with a day-long amnesty on green waste being deposited at the Green Island landfill. It was a joint operation between the City Council and Rural Fire Authority, which sought tons of material removed from local properties to reduce the fire risk. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Local lifeguards have had their hands full on their first summer patrol day, with crowds of people packing out the city's beaches. Young Rotarians have held an inaugural market day to help raise money for children in foster care over the Christmas period. And North East Valley residents have ended a busy year with a splash, throwing a pool party to bring their small community together. And it's time now to find out what's going to be in Tuesday's Otago Daily Times, and editor Barry Stewart joins us. Good evening.
Hello, Rebecca. Yeah, well, great day to be at the beach, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Would have made a great washing day too.
It would have. Record December temperatures, so look out for that. Please call on motorists to slow down and take care on southern roads in the holiday break. And a Dunedin folk singer has got rave reviews overseas for her debut album, so good story on that. We look inside the Gresham Hotel, which is being refurbished. And of course the Black Caps won the test match without losing another wicket today. Kane Williamson, he became rated the world's #1 batsman, so it's a pretty good achievement. And former Pakistan coach Billy Abdullah celebrates his 80th birthday, and he is still coaching.
Wow. Details in tomorrow's ODT?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Barry. It's time now for local weather.
This weather report proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorns College and Plus.
And here is today's City Views, taken of bees quite busy in the wildflowers. Very nice. And around the city today, rather warm indeed. 32 degrees for the central city and the Taieri at 3 o'clock, 33 at the Gardens. To the situation, and a weakening cold front will pass over the country tomorrow. It's followed by a cooler southwest flow. To the forecast for some of the main towns in the lower South Island for tomorrow. Southwesters and a few showers for Invercargill and Tiana, both expecting 14. Some cloud with southwesters for Gore and Alexandra, and both expecting 15. And southwesters with some cloud about for Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel, highs of around 14 or 15 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, some showers are expected, but they will clear. We're dropping to a low of 7. Tomorrow, sunny periods increasing with cool southwesters dying out, but the southwesters and showers will be back in the evening, going for a high of just 14. And on Wednesday, mostly fine and a high of 16. To the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information, low tide tomorrow morning is at around 20 past 8. High tide follows at 2 o'clock. And fishing conditions look good tomorrow, especially at around 20 past 10 in the morning. And that is local news for Monday. We'll join you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.